Thanks for tuning in to Electric Bike Journal. Today's video will be talking about the Adventure NEO Allroad. This is just one of 3 new offerings of the Cannondale lineup for e-urban bikes. A lot of new features in these bikes from Cannondale, so let's dive in to see what they're all about. Well, Cannondale has been in the bike industry for an extremely long time, and they are no strangers to electric bikes. They make premium high-end electric mountain bikes and electric road bikes. In addition to their lineup of electric bikes are e-city bikes, and what we see here, e-urban bikes. This is the Adventure NEO Allroad EQ. This is just one of 3 new offerings from Cannondale that really changes their lineup and makes something that's more accommodating to a lot more riders out there. Cannondale was really intentional to want to bring to the table a bike that was extremely versatile, something that can be easily commuted on, as well as something that you could take camping or go out on recreational rides on the weekend on bike paths and really get a long day in the saddle on. There are 3 different bikes in the Adventure NEO Allroad lineup. The Adventure NEO Allroad and the Allroad EQ use the same 250 watt Bafang rear drive hub motor and have a 418 watt hour battery that is semi-integrated into the frame, so with the key it's easy to remove. Both of those models are Class 2. Last in the lineup is the Adventure NEO Allroad Speed. The Speed packs a punch and is a Class 3 electric bike. It uses a Bafang 750 watt rear drive hub motor and has a 100 mil front suspension fork, along with the accessories that you see here on the EQ. When it comes to pricing for the Adventure NEO Allroad series, the basic model starts at $1,675 and then jumps up to $1,825 for the EQ and $2,025 for the Speed. The Adventure NEO Allroad has a 47-mile range, with the Speed having a 71-mile range due to that larger battery. The Allroad comes equipped with a microSHIFT drivetrain. The Allroad and the Allroad EQ have a 7-speed drivetrain, whereas the Speed will have an 8-speed drivetrain. They all use Tektro hydraulic disc brakes with 180mm rotors, both front and rear, so plenty of quality stopping power to bring these bikes to a nice, comfortable, controlled stop. Cannondale has spec'd the Adventure NEO Allroad series with nice high-capacity tires with those Kenda Booster 27.5 by 2.6 inch wide tires. They are a nice all-terrain tire that offer a lot of traction in the dirt and are very comfortable around town. So between the overall size of the tire and the traction, you are fully equipped for comfortable commutes to work, as well as going out on the weekend for some fun. The Adventure NEO Allroad comes in 2 different frame variations. The Step Thru model you see here, that's available in a small and a medium size, with a standard frame that's available in medium and large. At 6 feet tall, this medium Step Thru is definitely comfortable, but I do feel like I am on the top higher side of height to be riding the medium size. However, for everyone else in the rest of our testers, this has been a great size to accommodate pretty much anyone from 5'10" under. As an adventure bike, you really do have a nice, comfortable, upright seated posture with a nice 8-degree sweep and 6-degree rise on the handlebars. The handlebars are 740mm width, so you have plenty of room to get your hands out wide, which is something that I like on bikes that I'm going to be taking off-road. Cannondale has thought the frame through as an adventure bike and included mounts from head to toe for places to put your accessories. So there are mounts on the front fork, on the head tube, and obviously on the back there you can see there are mounts for a rear rack. So you really can outfit this bike for all the adventures to come. The last big takeaway from the Cannondale Adventure NEO Allroad series is something that Cannondale has yet to do and they have included on the Adventure NEO Allroad series, and that's the inclusion of a thumb throttle. This is something that you can disconnect for those of you that aren't interested in a thumb throttle, but for some of you that are looking for that comfort or that assistance while riding, that is something that comes with these bikes and is really easy to use, and it has a very natural, comfortable feel when using as well. The Bafang drive unit uses a torque sensor to help apply that pedal assist power, of which there are 5 separate modes of pedal assist that are all regulated by speed when pedaling. Something to note about the Adventure NEO Allroad Speed, separate from the other 2 models, is that Cannondale was able to work together with Bafang to make a custom tune for those pedal assist levels. Pedal assist level 1 is going to be maxed out at about 14 miles per hour, so that's a nice easy going pedal assist speed for pretty much every rider. Level 2 and 3 are lumped in at 20 miles per hour, and levels 4 and 5 will get you up to that 28 mile per hour max speed of pedal assist. Well, now that we've gone over what makes these bikes complete, let's see how they ride. All right, well, just pedaling with it off right now. It's really easy to pedal. You got plenty of gears to shift through, and on a trail like this, I mean, honestly, you don't even need electric, but because we got it, kick up into 1 there. Now, you do have that torque sensor, and it is regulated by speed, and you'll feel it pick up into power on you and let you shift down into gears. The microSHIFT shifter has a big thumb paddle and then a real skinny thumb paddle to get into the higher gears there. Feels really good out on paths like this, and even though it is a little bumpy, having those big fat tires on there helps soak up those bumps on the ground, no problem. Let's see how we do on this little hill here. And that's just in pedal assist 1, not even in the highest gear. All right, let's do that hill from a slightly slower start. This is fully stopped and I'm in the easiest gear and pedal assist 3. And I think really the gearing ratio, as I'll talk about later, is having that smaller chain ring and a big cassette can really take advantage of that 250 watt motor. And this side's a little steeper and looser, so we'll give it a little bit more get in that pedal assist 5. Some burnouts there. And that'd be a lot of work for a lot of people, but this bike's got a lot of power, even though it is a 250 watt. Trails like this, you don't really got to be in that big power mode. Plenty of gearing ratio there to get going fast. This bike really is pretty smooth, and those 2.6 inch tires feel really good. You got that thumb throttle if you don't want to pedal. Just want to cruise some trails. The 41 mile range, even with gear, pedal assist 2 and making good speed, good time, in a really upright position. So it's very comfortable and could let you ride a long time. And if those trips happen to be in a way that have the power somewhere along the trail, then you can just bring that charger with you to charge up while you're sleeping. Now out on the pavement, we get going with some real speed here. Little bumps. Like I said, you can use that thumb throttle and just cruise. As mentioned when I was talking about the specs, the Allroad and the Allroad EQ are the same bike. The EQ for a little bit more there, comes with the fenders, the racks, the lights. So it is a little bit more equipped, and it's nice when it's already pre-installed. Now for those of you interested in a walk mode, and that's a way to put the bike into a manual mode, to have it give you a little bit of power to help move the bike when it's heavy and maybe you're going up a steep incline, you just can't quite pedal up it. Now if you go to 0 and then click down to the walk, so you can hit that negative button, it shows a little person walking it. If you hold down that negative button in that mode, it'll start going, and that'll help you get up those steep climbs. A few months back while we were at the Sea Otter Classic, running around and seeing all the fun new things coming out this year, we had the chance to meet up with Mark from Cannondale to hear specifically about these new bikes. And we left that conversation really excited to hear and try out what Cannondale had to offer. Cannondale being a very premier brand that's made high-end bikes for a lot of years, we were excited to see them creating an offering in the electric space that was very approachable. And now that we've had a chance to ride the Adventure NEO Allroad, we can confirm that it does keep up to those Cannondale standards, and it really is a great bike to ride around. When it comes to performance out of the Adventure NEO Allroad, having that 250 watt motor, some may think that it might not have enough power. Well, after some rigorous testing and taking it out on some very steep trails that other electric bikes of mine could not keep up on, the Adventure NEO Allroad was able to tackle those hills no problem, of course using that level 5 to get up the steep stuff. But really, that has to go for Cannondale being a bike company and a company that makes mountain bikes specifically. The use of an 11-42 cassette on the rear wheel paired with a 38-tooth front chainring really allows this bike to have enough gearing ratio to get you up that really steep stuff. And this is something we do note on a lot of electric bikes that we test, is that front chainring is just too large. It does not offer the gearing ratios that you need to get up the steep stuff and take advantage of these smaller motors. As far as comfort, we noticed that despite being an aluminum frame rigid bike, it really was very comfortable around town and out on bumpy trails as well. Now, when those trails do get extremely bumpy and extremely rough, you will feel the fact that it is a completely rigid bike. And for those of you that are looking to ride those, the speed might be a better option for you with that suspension front fork. Along with that gearing ratio, the Adventure NEO Allroad really does perform exceptionally well, and I think that has to do with the use of a torque sensor and the 2.6-inch wide tires. Being able to spec a very large, high-capacity tire like that adds to the comfort, but will add to the performance as well, especially off-road. As I mentioned earlier, between the two frame models and the Step Thru and the standard frame, if you are in that 6-foot window or taller, we would definitely encourage you to look at the standard frame, just because that will be offered in a large size and very much so fit you better. Overall, we think Cannondale's done an exceptional job with the Adventure NEO Allroad EQ, and we're looking forward to getting a chance to test out the speed to really see the differences between the two motors and ultimately the overall ride quality of having a slightly more built out version. But for the price difference, if you're looking at something under $2,000, we definitely think that this would be a great candidate for a lot of people that want to live a more outdoor lifestyle and have one bike that they can ride to work and commute around town and equally turn around on the weekends and even go bike packing on. Being able to throw a front rack on there and some pannier bags, either on the front or the rear. There's a lot of options to outfit this bike for a lot of adventures out there, and it's in the name, the Adventure NEO Allroad. It is designed for adventures and will get you out exploring sooner than you think. Well, thanks again for watching. If you have any questions about the Adventure NEO Allroad, or if you're interested in one, let us know down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and what you would do if you had an adventure bike like this. And if you wouldn't mind, click subscribe. That would help our channel out a lot as we're trying to grow so we can continue to do awesome reviews on awesome bikes like this for you. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.